me how ewo Ghana ene mema wo na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ede nsem dodo na atodwa about the Ghanaian economy na Dankwa Akufo-Addo aka bi Ken Ofori-Atta aka bi and all those who matters ewo omani baby yadru no omo nyina aka wo mo akire o how a omano ewom ene nienti a yadru baby yadru ene ahohihia yewom sesi yi you can about COVID, you can about Ukraine and the Russia war as the main factors are leading to where we are. But is that the truth? Enra Sammy Gyamfi obia okasa ema NDC amanyokono na ode ensem edutuja abra ono nsentro for Asia o kire se Ghana bebia ye woni ahohiahia ne ye wom sesi ne response abamu mpanimfo de ba no. That is not it. But otherwise yentie na Sammy Gyamfi ekaye about where we are today and what has led us this far.
Because ladies and gentlemen, nowhere in the world in the sub-region, nowhere in the African continent, and I dare say the world, has any government imposed a COVID levy on its people. And at no point in the history of this country has any government imposed a tax handle for the management of any disease on the Ghanaian people. Do we have an HIV levy or a malaria levy? Why then must we have a COVID-19 levy? As we in the NDC argued and predicted during the debates over the passage of the e-levy, it has today become apparent that the e-levy is not the panacea to the economic woes of Ghanaians as we were promised by the deceitful and clueless Akufo-Addo Bawumia government. You will recall what they said about the e-levy and how it was going to be the magic wand that was going to turn our economic situation around. They said through the e-levy they were going to build new roads, create 1 million jobs through a program called U-Start. Any problem in this country, according to the MPP, was going to be fixed with the e-levy. Even when you complained of stomach ache, they told you that pay e-levy, you'll be fine. Today, they bulldoze their way through with the e-levy. We are paying the e-levy, and yet all these problems are escalating. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, our worsening exchange rate continues to play a major role in driving inflation and therefore requires further attention. When I say exchange rate, simple terms, I'm talking about the dollar rate. Fellow countrymen and women, it is totally unacceptable. It is totally unacceptable that at a time when government cannot afford to print textbooks for basic school children, at a time when secondary schools, nursing training institutions, colleges of education are confronted with an acute food crisis, and many Ghanaians are struggling to afford 1 square meal a day, government will continue to waste the meager resources of state on the rental of luxurious private jets for the president and on other wasteful expenditures. Ladies and gentlemen, even the president's once favorite drink, Calipo, which he drank for fame in 2016 at a cool price of 50 pesos, is today being sold for a whopping 2 cedis, 50 pesos. How can parents afford to keep their kids happy with Calipo when Calipo is now being sold at such a prohibitive price? President Akufo-Addo may not be aware of this because now he doesn't drink Calipo again. He drinks very expensive champagne. This, ladies and gentlemen, may be funny, but it is a sad reality of Ghanaians today. It is our sad reality. Almost everybody is feeling the brunt of the current economic hardship, driven mainly by food inflation, high fuel prices, careless taxes, among others. It goes without saying that parents and households are suffering. Public sector workers are suffering. Teachers are suffering. Teacher trainees are suffering. Nurses are suffering. And nursing trainees are suffering. Lecturers are suffering. And students are suffering. Market women are suffering. And drivers are suffering. NABCO trainees whose fate is unknown are suffering. And police officers are suffering. Even you, the media, are suffering.
Eti ni a woti ye eye Sammy Gyamfi. Enra na ode nsem we enyina etuja. Sammy Gyamfi ensema okaye no. Wo utie mi anopai. What do you think? Is the ordinary Ghanaian suffering as Sammy Gyamfi made us to understand? Is the teacher suffering? What about you? Are you also suffering? You see, and when Sammy Gyamfi can sembi, but nense mo kaye ni nyina me. Niame eyo how ma me se sia me gina ha me no eka say as a Ghanaian. If I'm to speak to my uncle Nana Danko Akufo-Addo this morning, all what I will tell Nana Danko Akufo-Addo is that what Sammy Gyamfi said about the dollar is true. But 2 weeks ni and I mean we gina ha na ye ka about the banking sector crisis. And I'm a Peter, a project about dollar. Dollar to cedis. That time, no, now a cedis 5 pesos. But me, you 5 pesos different. And I'm a chair will say, yeah, no 8 cedis into year 0. No. Peter, project for me this morning. Yeah, dollar. And me check here now a 8 cedis 64 pesos. Into gradually hitting 9 cedis. And the 9 cedis, you know, the 8 cedis 64 pesos, you know, has nothing to do with black market, has nothing to do with interbank rates. And so what Ghana has to say, not dollar. And I idea BBA or Ghana ha. Hey, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. Dr. Addison, governor of the Bank of Ghana, Pamono, or a failure to the nation. Pamono, or a failure to Ghana. Because time a dollar, now a war even 7 something. I can't say a pump our system to stabilize the system for the city to gain weight so that it will not be depreciating against the dollar. Na ye bibi and ne I pay 8 cedis 67 pesos. So 8 cedis 67 pesos. Na we a business person. I bet no adwuma. This dollar way so circular, you can change your money 9 cedis. And if you are going to buy dollar, I'm telling you right now, dollar 9 cedis. Way 8 cedis 67 pesos and they say wo crazy no. Now what the air ko akwa sesa. Na mom say wo kwa akoto de a 9 cedis. What have we done as Ghanaians? What have we done wrong as Ghanaians? His Excellency, you are doing what you think is right for Mother Ghana. But ebimo emwa emania wo pese emano ekono enkoye. Me say governor of the Bank of Ghana, pamono, or a failure to the nation. Enti say obi ekura $1,000 and a odidi draw Ghana has say. Fan near ba on your day. Share the rate at which the cedi is depreciating against the dollar. No, it is collapsing businesses, especially those are more private sector. Nansaya, I was here tifu also. I was here tifu tree. The answer should be the dollar rate in internal. Yen to maintain so. Yates were 30 pesos, 20 pesos, 50 pesos, 1 cedi, 50 pesos. All because I was say sika ni padibanya no tumi nya na dodo kakra na odi edai emiti the dollar no anya sa da djuma begu. What have we done wrong? What have we done wrong? Ni Sammy Gyamfi ka no about the dollar no. That is the reality. That is the reality. And when it happens this way, a government spokesperson will my air demand. A government spokesperson in every. What is kind of letter doing? Or is it because I say, woman you know, woman keep musica in Dallas, Nintino, woman Abraham and I say, the escalation is too much. Too much. And Richie Bawumia Echo Kumasi. Or there was antimantem as he was crisscrossing and cutting swords and all that, commissioning projects. None you are only being so at a man share baby a press conference against the oil. All because Ghana mine eniati, amount for eniati. Right now, Ghanaians have come to realize that when we vote for you to also give us development. Peter, Bonia Kwabri youth no the Nreja Okumasi no ma omunti the Kwabri youth in some mo catch His Excellency and some mo catch Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and some mo catch Matthew Poku Prempe and some mo extra yewra or say chairman Sabunsu. Peter Bono omunti right now Ghanaians say ni when we
ya wo akwada keto onya mfie aduonu baako kwa abrefo koto aba ma unya 71,000 vote and over ebesi nne ma me se wantimi anya bibia wo kwa abre ha oruaku edu uka cabinet meeting ukobi edie ufiri himan ha ya edie na mo ka kira ban edie na mo ka kira na adodan ko akufu ado Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe ufiri fikesiem ukura de wasem we ya che obia hwegura wa MPP fo guru opim so ho hwegura MPP fo mpanimfo e guru opim so ho e ya rewsem chese ye kikansem no na ya akoyese asanteman ye die hu hwambo beso ame interchange be na wo hwe about ka una ga jansi so for life ra yemi asanka bi ena monam na mode asanteman sika ene taxes ejine ha ye goka NPP communicators bitimi transika se asante enkoso nyina sebi ya na ebikura ebifa sebi yewura ho na yi 11 ye jima yewura taxes ya ye santene na eje NPP fo die hwamo nyame se yenka sese ye meka nkire mo se ye pamucha mo nya yakwan ye ka nkire mo se mo be ye o munye o NPP do no ane ye o mamu no afiri ho ye nido bia amamu bio mo hwe kwan ya nipa nam so mo hwe kwan ya nipa nam so na wo na adoda nko akufu ado nyankopon kura ye de nibu be se nyankopon fere nase eya asante kasa wasi nimpo na ona bo maso ekufi dwuma ono so ye ne de ye de ne kwato oge hokono ukrom ni antoa hwe kwan ukrom ni antoa hwe kwan ya nipa nam so hwe Ashanti region o hawa ye kom profro market ni ye nkwada na ye ko school esine market ya ye nyewie no ye timi san ko tu nipa foforo se mo nsan ko ne ye san be ye hadwa makeka ne ma bo mu ana mu gu asanteman ho animase Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe wone yewura o se chairman Sabunsu ene mo na ma ya asanteman kwa mpia mo yiyama emfaso bie ni sisenge to aba masa 47 MPs no edina ye ka kire mu pei ne Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia de nam Kumasi ka ye kwa ability kwan ye kwa ese ni de ye pressure group ya semu a ye ka enti na mu betu mfuto agu ye ni mu be ye.
So what? You see? So this should tell you. Nansen, when you go to Ayamfre, I don't know if Peter or that video know what, but when you go to Ayamfre, Sa Ayamfre takwa kwany, omo block no. The youth there, they blocked the road and omo makabia access. Then yaye, hwe amanfo ni etio. Ghanaians, who say you to Abamawa, it behoves on you to do the needful. Send your bear, yen so no. About one ya to about any faso. Yan to about mouse and brana bet now. Now by na John Dramani Mahama. And some of your MPP opposition on Makaye. And buy na you say, and I buy na you say, and $1 you say, and $1 you say, and the way you say, way you say, way you say, ways. I'm telling you, by me calculation, or catch us the rate at which dollar no, see the no depreciated to the dollar no, the rate at which no. So what the na the dan kwaku for the paying so, edukoto Mahama paying so difference but me, the difference is that Mahama all corner dollar say. And then at the rate at which dollar no emfa end depreciating and Sydney end depreciating against the dollar no crown and also to say. And it's a Mahama age no 4.2. Now over 4.2. Necessary and num 8 plus. You are telling me what? 9 cedis. Why? What have we done wrong? And to say na muka asem your man dia mai. Mesi na nado dan kwa Akufo-Addo. Dr. Addison, Bank of Ghana, omo governor no pamono. Those are the realm of affairs. Finance ne hwan mu nyina no omo a disgrace to your government. They are all failures. One will say, Enura, Sammy Gyamfi sang the song that Bawumia sang the other time when he was the running mate. Even the Kayaye is suffering. Today, the Kayaye is much more suffering. See for yourself. See for yourself. Bad roads. This is Ayamfre. This is Ayamfre. Ayamfre Takwa Road. Body kwan no. Apiachi ekwan na. Eyini ko blast ya amanfo nam so de fa Ayamfre de ko Kumasi Obuasi. Enie. You see? So, yet to abandon for what? Yet to abandon for us to be developed. But the rate at which Anyama Aircon, His Excellency and how the Danko Akufo-Addo, things are going wayward. And Nini now call ebe bow so. Ade bone ben na Ghana for ya ye. Ya bone ya ye ya to abade ma o. Se bra na be lead ye. Na niema ensisa because we believed in all that you told us. Ye jinsema o kan ye no edi. Look, when you go to my area, Western North, it is more or less like a Sabia ya Muabi. Neglection. We've been neglected. Korea coin. And so Ghana ha cocoa, timber, bauxite, gold. And niema o man insist so cast o man way your backbone in every area. Go see for yourself how things are going. Right now, amount for air power over. And near Sammy Gyamfi can and run or can cry.